Good morning, Hojo students, staff, and families. Yate Bena, we're ready to start our day. Today is Tuesday, August 25th. So everybody please stand. Eyes are on the flag. Right hand is over your heart. Bodies are still, voices are off. Standing respectfully. And we recite the Pledge of Allegiance together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Well, good morning, everyone. Let's start the day with some music. So from our list, let's play one selection from last year. Actually, let's play one selection from last year that we've already played this year. And so that students can tell me what we are listening to. Okay, students from last year and students from this year, let's hear it. What are we listening to? Edvard Grieg, Suite Number 1, Peer Gynt, Suite Number 1, Morning by Edvard Grieg. That's right. Let's see the piece for this week. Okay, friends. Who is the composer of that piece that we listened to? Remember, it's the same composer who did For Elise that we listened to. Remember? And the same composer who did Ode to Joy. And the composer was Beethoven. That's right. And the piece that we had listened to for today, that dun 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 dun, is Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Yes, his Fifth Symphony. It's amazing to think that Beethoven lost his hearing. Yes, he was deaf. And he was an amazing composer even after that. Even after. He almost heard the music in his mind. He could hear the notes in his mind, and he knew he could even compose new music and put it together. He didn't have to actually hear it. He could hear it in his mind. It's pretty amazing. All right, friends, let's talk about some art. Now, our artist of the week, remember, we have this piece right here. And the title of this piece is Two Sisters by Pierre-Auguste Renoir. Renoir, famous French artist, the Impressionist period. Okay, we've been talking about architecture being beautiful forms of art as well. This is a very important building in our country, the U.S. Capitol building. And who meets here? The state senators and state representatives who go to Washington, D.C., your federal representatives. So we have state representatives, and they go to Santa Fe to meet, but we have people who represent us at the federal level, at the United States level, and they go to Washington, D.C., and they meet in this building. One side is the Senate, one side is the House of Representatives. So remember, we were talking about the branches of government. So there are how many branches? 3, that's right. And there's the president, who is the executive. There is the judicial branch, all the court systems throughout the country, with the Supreme Court being the ultimate branch, or the ultimate under the judicial branch, the ultimate example of the judicial branch. So we have the Supreme Court and all the courts underneath. We have the executive, which is the president, and we also have the branch that meets in this building, and that's the legislative branch. So there are 3 branches of government. And when we have our representatives in this building doing their work to represent us, they're creating laws based on the Constitution. So what are the points? Why do we have laws? What is it that our laws are supposed to do? And you say it every day with me, right? That's why we do the preamble to the Constitution. Why do we have laws? To provide a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, ensure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. That's the purpose of laws. And when the framers of our Constitution, established the Constitution, they established it with those 3 branches of government so that there would be ways to check on each other and make sure that no one had too much power. Because they just fought that war for against tyranny, saying that the king was not adequately representing everybody. He was just making decisions, and they weren't in the best interest of the people who lived in the colonies. So they fought this whole long war. They didn't want to get stuck in that again. They didn't want to have a tyrannical government. They wanted to have a government of the people. So we, the people of the United States, are the government. And they meet in that building at the federal level to help make our laws for our nation. Okay, friends, so the poem this week is called Humanity by an African-American poet named Elma Stuckey. And remember, we talked about humanity, right? We get stuck sometimes thinking about different cultures and different races of people, but we're all part of the human race, all of us from all time. And there are things that we have in common. Some things have not changed. When we talk about our virtues of compassion, diligence, perseverance, courage, when we talk about our school's virtues, those things have been virtues for throughout humanity. In all cultures, it's important to have courage and compassion and to value responsibility and respect. Those are things that are humanity-wide. It's not just Hojo Academy with our virtues. It's humanity-wide from all time, not just 2020. So the poem is called Humanity by Elma Stuckey. If I am blind and need someone to keep me safe from harm, it matters not the race to me of the one who takes my arm. If I am saved from drowning as I grasp and grope, I will not stop to see the face of the one who throws the rope. Or if out on some battlefield I'm falling faint and weak, the one who gently lifts me up, may any language speak. We sip the water clear and cool, no matter the hand that gives it, a life that's lived worthwhile and fine. What matters the one who lives it? So again, a life that's lived worthwhile and fine. How do we know if a life that has been lived is worthwhile and fine? So we have studied our virtues and we work on those every day, because a person who lives a virtuous life is one who will have a happy life. And you understand virtues, because it's really hard when you're doing the right thing and other people are not doing the right thing, but you understand those virtues, and when you do, it helps you get through those times. And it makes you understand that you're doing the right thing. And so following our school's virtues will help you have a happy life. So, birthdays today. 2 friends having a birthday. Zia is having a birthday today, and Nicolette. Happy birthday to you 2 ladies. I hope you're having a great day and have some cake and enjoy some time. So for announcements, this week we are doing our formative assessments. So for grades 2 through 7, a teacher will, if they, in most cases I believe, have contacted you. There may be a couple of cases where you haven't been reached yet because we had some shifting of some proctors for the test. But most people should have received an email regarding testing for this week for grades 2 through 7. And we're going to start that today, and we'll probably go through this week and then to the beginning of the next week. So we'll get that taken care of, and then we'll be back to posting our assignments and getting our work done through Canvas. The Chromebooks, the new Chromebooks that were supposed to be here Thursday, have not arrived. It's very disappointing. I know many of you are struggling in families with just one Chromebook, trying to make sure that kids have time to get online, and believe me, I'm aware of that, and I want that to get resolved as quickly as we can. So Mrs. Green's calling today to find out where those Chromebooks are, and as soon as they're in, we'll give you an email or call to let you know to come pick up another Chromebook so that we can get the testing done and everybody can start moving a little more efficiently through our work online. So I believe that's all we have for announcements. We are in and out of the office right now because we have our new building that we are working on, and just for the next couple of weeks we'll be a little bit here and there, and then back to normal here until that building is complete. So just to be aware, if you try to call or if you stop by, not everybody will be here that you need to speak to. So if you want to send an email ahead of time just to make sure, parents, if you're watching. So that's all we have for announcements. Let's say our student pledge. And now think of, when we talk about our student pledge, students, we say this together every day before we go to work. And so we say, I will do the good, right? We'll follow our virtues. We'll follow our school virtues. We will be responsible, respectful, compassionate, people who persevere through some tough times. I will learn the true. So it's really important that we learn things that are true. And how do we know things are true? Well, it comes from having looking at things from all time, throughout all cultures, and see what things can we tell have always been and will likely always be. And one of those things, like I said before, was our virtues, understanding humans and how they behave. So that's why we study history, and see if we don't study history, we're doomed to repeat it. So we want to know why things happened. We want to know how things happened, and always pursuing the truth of things. Sometimes it's elusive. That means that sometimes we can't always tell right away, and so we have to study it. And so that's why ultimately we want to learn things that are true. So we will do the good, we will learn the true, and finally we will love the beautiful. Now that doesn't mean that we're just going to love only things that are beautiful, but when I'm talking about I will love the beautiful, it's in looking at something like this and hearing a poem or hearing a piece of music or looking at a piece of art, it's that you will learn to appreciate those things, understand them, know them, and eventually learn to love them. So we will love the beautiful. So let's say our student pledge together. I will do the good, I will learn the true, and I will love the beautiful. And I hope you have a great day today.